All right, everybody, here we are, day 18, I guess, Friday morning, the 16th of October. Just want to let everybody know what our plan is for today. It's about 8:30, just headed out. Want to go, if we can, it's about 13 miles to a shelter that'll put us past Clingman's Dome. So I'd really like to be able to hit Clingman's Dome today. That will set me up for about a 5 to 6 mile hike tomorrow morning. I'm supposed to meet my cousin at Newfound Gap Road tomorrow, about lunchtime-ish. So that'll work out good if I can do that today. It's going to depend on the weather a lot. It rained a little bit last night, not anything quite as bad as the night before. Just little showers here and there. I think as the day goes on, the likelihood of rain increases. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So, well, I want to try to get as much in as I can today. And hopefully that'll set us up nicely for tomorrow. I'll spend tomorrow afternoon and evening with my cousin. Then they'll bring me back out to the trail on Sunday and continue from there. So that's kind of the plan. One thing, looking at some of the videos and comments that I've been getting, got a lot of good comments about Mrs. Scoutmaster. Whoops, Mrs. Scoutmaster. And there's some comments about the fact that she is journaling, kind of her perspective of this whole trip. And that's something that several people have asked in the comments about, kind of her perspective of what it's like to be the spouse, significant other, family member, whatever, of someone who's hiking the trail, what it is like for them. You know, everybody talks about what it's like for the hiker. You know, every hiker talks about that, what they're going through and what they have to do. But nobody really has talked about, you know, the spouse or the family of the hiker. And there's a lot. When you have a family, you have a spouse, you have a kid. I know other hikers that have done this. I'm sure they would agree that, you know, there's a whole another perspective on, you know, what it means for them, because it's not just me being out here for 4 to 6 months camping and hiking, being away. They're home. They have to kind of pick up the pieces and kind of take care of everything, and they don't have the same kind of support they normally have, you know, with having that other person home. So how do they do that? How do they cope with that? What are some of the you know, feelings that they go through? So what I want to do is, if anybody has some specific questions about that, if you will post them in the comments to the videos. My wife, you know, goes through those comments and stuff, and she'll make a list. And when I see her again, probably in about a month, we can do a little Q&A with the Scoutmaster's wife, and she can answer some of those questions. She'll answer some in the comments, but we can do more of a kind of like a formal interview with her, and she can kind of answer some of those questions, because I think it is a pretty cool perspective that I haven't seen. And you know, when I was preparing for the trail, I was reading different books about the trail, and you can find all kinds of books, you know, funny books about the trail, just books about trail life. There's even that book Appalachian Trials, which talks about the mental preparation for the trail, what to do mentally to prepare for the trail. But you know, there's nothing related to, you know, spouses and significant others and families. You know, what do they do? How do they cope? You know, what kind of things should they expect? So we're going to do that. I think it's a good idea, and we'll get that rolling. So while I'm going down these little steps here, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera, because otherwise I will bust my neck. I have a penchant for that going down. So hopefully we'll be able to get some good filming today. With the rain, who knows? Might be a short video, who knows? But we'll get whatever video we can. If we do Clingman's Dome, you know, we'll see what kind of view we got, and we'll go from there. All right, here we are. If you read that, it says 2,000. That's how many miles we got to go. So with these next few steps, I'll be under 2,000 miles to go. Just wanted to let everybody know we're getting there. All right, everybody. It's almost noon. We are about a little more than 4 miles from Clingman's Dome. So I should be able to get there around 2-ish. So far the day's been decent. No rain, just every once in a while you feel a little mist, which is good. Again, another short sleeve t-shirt and short day, so that's good. Anything more than that, you just get too hot. A lot of climbs, not too bad. Most of them are pretty moderate climbs. There's a few that, you know, kind of get your blood pumping, because we got to climb up, you know, all the way to the top of Clingman's Dome, which is over 6,600 feet. So we still got some more climbing to do over these next 4 miles. This is kind of cool. Kind of hiking up through almost like an evergreen forest. You can smell them. It smells like Christmas. We're a little less than 3 miles from Clingman's. Just doing some climbing. All right. Well, the trail's not too bad. Let's talk about 0 days. You know, there was a question on one of the videos about 0 days and 0 in Damascus and stuff like that. Basically, here's how I do my 0 days. There's 3 criteria. Criteria number 1, weather. Obviously, if weather's going to be super bad, then I consider taking a 0 day. Criteria number 2, injury or illness. Obviously, if I don't feel good or have some kind of injury, I need an extra day, I will 0. And then the third criteria is relatives and friends. Generally speaking, if I'm going to be meeting someone on the trail, whether it be a relative or a friend, you know, those are times I'm looking to try to save and use zeros for, so that I can spend a little bit more time with those people and enjoy their company a little bit more. Unless I can Nero. You know, Nero's fine too. But so Neros and zeros, I'm trying to arrange them around, obviously, friends and relatives. Okay, Clingman's Dome, 2.2 miles this way. So that's kind of how I'm planning it out, just to give you an idea. I don't have any specific towns that I've kind of locked in as a 0, unless I'm meeting somebody there. So, you know, Damascus right now, I don't plan on meeting anybody there. So right now, I'm not necessarily planning on 0ing, but you know, you never know. So that's how I'm doing my 0s. I don't have a certain set number of 0s that I'm gonna do. It's gonna be based on those criteria and overall how I feel. You know, obviously if I feel like I need a 0, then I will take one wherever it is. So that's how I will do that. You know, this 0 I had this past week, Fontana Dam, obviously that was scheduled around my wife coming. But 2 weeks in, it was time for a 0. I noticed the last couple days before, of course we had rain and slick trails, but you know, it was falling a lot more, you know, so you just get a little tired, I think, and you need that little extra rest. So, you know, things like that, you know, how you're performing each day, are you getting clumsy? Things like that are just signs tell you that, hey, maybe you need a Nero or a Zero, you know, back off a little bit, let your body recover a little bit. So that's how I plan on handling them. All right, here we are. We're actually on the ramp going up to the tower at Clingman's Dome. I'm not going to go up just because, I mean, I have no view. It's starting to rain. It started maybe about 0.8 of a mile ago. So I made it here. I'm going to go back because this is actually like a little spur trail off of the Appalachian Trail to get up to the tower. So, but you can see, there's the tower. Alright, so here we are climbing down from Clingman's Dome. It's a mess. It's sort of drizzle rained. The trail is just basically a river. You see my feet. You just sink in mud that's about 6 inches deep. So that's what we got. Slow going. Alright, YouTube. We made it to the Mount Collins shelter, which is mile marker 202.4. So it was about a 13-mile day. We're just doing a little cooking here. We got totally soaked the last 3 hours it rained. You know, before we even got to the top of Clingman's Dome, it started raining, and it rained the whole rest of the way. So we got soaked. But, you know, we're dry now. Just boiling some water right now and about to make some beef stroganoff. All right, as you can see, we just boiled some water, 14 ounces, and put it in the beef stroganoff with noodles. Mountain House meal, I bought that. Every once in a while I like to have one of those as a treat. So that's in there. It's got to cook for about 10 minutes, that boiling water. Over here we got some peanut butter pretzels. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap up day 18. It is a little bit after 6. I've already eaten, brushed my teeth, hung my food bag. So that's all taken care of. Just wrapping up a few things. And then I'll get in bed, kind of hang out in bed. It's supposed to get probably 38 tonight, so it's going to get cooler than it's been the last few days, which is fine. You can hear the rain up on the roof. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I just have 4.5 miles to Newfound Gap Road. That's as soon as I get back on the trail. I'm about a half a mile off the trail in the shelter, so I got 5 miles tomorrow. I'll do that. It's an overall pretty successful day. 13 miles. We got Clingman's Dome taken care of. We passed the 2,000 mile mark to go, so we're less than 2,000 miles. We also passed, we're at mile marker 202.4, so we've hiked over 200 miles so far on this trip. So that's you know, some pretty good milestones, and of course Clingman's Dome, you know, highest point on the AT. So we hit some milestones today, so that was good. Tomorrow, like I said, we're just going to cruise into Newfound Gap and spend some kind of Nero and spend some time with some family. So until then, we'll see you tomorrow.